impart this knowledge to them and find out that they just have walls built in front of them. They want to be slaves.
I ain't never gonna be a slave. I ain't never gonna be a slave. I will never play their games. I will never be their slave. I will never wear them chains. I will never be afraid. They gon' have to put me in the grave, cause I ain't never gonna be no slave. Yeah, I will never be afraid. Bill Cooper probably rolling in his grave. I look around and all I see is mind slaves. Blindfold on their brain with a muzzle on their face. Yeah, and I will never back down. There's no timeline where that ever goes down. Before I take that vaccine, you'll be hearing that sound. Best believe before that happens, I'll be clapping out rounds. Yeah, fuck the new world order. They lead lambs to the slaughter. Poison in the food, air in the water. So I fight for the future of my daughter's sake and hope that it make a difference. Either way, I'm with it, God is my witness. The system vicious, I will never be complicit. Fist and resistance to the finish. Talk about, I ain't never gonna be a slave. I ain't never gonna be a slave. I will never play their games. I will never be their slave. I will never wear them chains. I will never be afraid. They gon' have to put me in the grave, cause I ain't never gonna be no slave. Yeah, I will never be a slave. Chant down Babylon, tell I'm in the grave. Yeah, I will never be afraid. Spit my last breath in the enemy's face. Stand tall against the wicked. Spiritual warfare, that's how we living. You sleepwalking, you don't even know the difference. The fluoride in your water got you tripping, and I can see it in your vision. You brainwashed by the television. Their propaganda got you under a spell. Living in a mental prison ain't no different from a cell. I'm God body, I'm a vessel for the essence. You can count your money, I'll be counting all my blessings. My head high till I take my last breath in. Fist in the sky till I exit. Talk about, I will never be a slave. I will never be a slave, no way. Never comply, never obey. I ain't never gonna be a slave. I will never be a slave. I will never be a slave, no way. Never comply, never obey. I ain't never gonna be a slave.
Sheeple is what they are. They are following the Judas goat right into the shearing pins, and from there they will go to the slaughter, and they will not know that anything is wrong until they smell the blood of the sheeple in front of them.
Greetings. Greetings.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, what a freaking mess.
StreamYard knew we were gonna go live, and they decided to change all their features, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's 9:20. I try and be punctual. And I mean, sheesh, man. Like, but you know.
What are you gonna do, you know?
Shout out Edward. Shout out Edward, homie.
Eddie.
I don't even know what to talk about right now, man. I got like 5 books lined up, and it's like,
Just gotta woosah. What's the Serenity Now? Just got Serenity Now, bro.
Okay. Yes. Let's. You know, this past week with the retrograde, I'm gonna be going over this, but I also have, as I mentioned previously, before that no one heard, I'll get into Atlantis, dwelling place of the gods. I'll get into the American discovery of Europe.
And if anyone saw our thumbnail, it took me a while to get that done because I kept putting the destruction of Atlantis and it would not do it. It just would not, nothing would create it. I couldn't get it. So I had to start like improvising and just pulling in graphics.
Dude, the thumbnail is fire, bro.
But it looked cool after I finally got it. Especially with that American flag in the middle.
So I've talked about the Jinn before. And we're gonna get into some more of it from this book. Sorry if I'm a little I'm a little thrown off at the moment. Let me woo-saw my way back somehow.
You got this.
And this information here is very important right here with where the Jinn, their homeland is, and what and how it relates to us today. So
Good evening, Tommy Rogers 2.
shout out Tommy Rogers too. Shout out Edward Frank Zalowski. Yeah, man. Thank you for you guys coming through with the 2 listeners.
That's weird. I just put Tommy Rogers, a legend, and YouTube rejected my comment. Usually means they think it's spam. It's probably because I put Tommy Rogers and they I guess they're like suppressing that guy. I don't know.
Bro, I'm getting really disheartened, man. Like,
I've never seen that before actually on here. That's the first time.
Let me try and give you guys both like wrenches. We got one round.
There, that worked. But I don't know why the hell. I bet that's because
not have wrenches.
I bet you just can't mention Tommy Rogers by itself right now because I know that guy's like everyone's all mad at him in Britain for some reason.
So Tommy, yeah, what, like the British thing?
Yeah. So I'm wondering if that's why, because I just put Tommy Rogers legend and I didn't put the 2. I don't know.
Well, Tommy Rogers 2 is now a administrator with a wrench, and make sure to take out Tanya Harding style. Take out kneecaps out here, man. Exactly. Oh man, I'm like real. It's weird. It's hard for me to get back. I gotta transmute this energy somehow, man.
What month is your birthday in? What's your star sign?
I'm an Aqua.
Aquarius?
Yeah.
Damn, man. I really have no. I wish I was about to try to drop some, advice, but I have no idea anything about. Don't know anything about Aquarius. Like,
yeah, we're dope, dude. I mean, first of all, the both of us, we're the green-eyed bandits, and most can't stand it. I mean, we're both.
Yeah, buddy.
I was hatched in a dragon's nest, and I do have dragon DNA. And so we're getting into this.
So you're a water sign. Oh, that's interesting. I got more water than I do fire in my whole chart. But I'm fire sign, obviously.
I think it's an air.
Aries?
I think it's an air sign, bro.
Aries is fire sign.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I mean, yes, that. But
this says Aquarius is the... Oh, wait. Actually, no, you're right. Aquarius is air. I was looking because it said the water bear. That doesn't even make any sense. But yeah, you're an air sign. You're right. You're right. Oh, we got Edward Sunrise in Sagittarius. My girlfriend is a Sagittarius.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't even feel like doing this tonight, man.
Dude, you got this, bro. Don't give up. Don't give up on the people. We could do a short one, but I think you got it. People are gonna come. If you know, Field of Dreams. This is the Field of Dreams. We got Moonfeather here now. Jesus Christ. Look at all these people. People showing up. Can't let them down. You gotta go to distance.
Okay, guys. Again, this will tie into literally the goddess. If you guys don't speak Phoenician, I'm speaking Phoenician tonight. I
can help translate if I need to for you guys.
Okay, little liaison. There's a lot of nerds out there, and they're not true decoders. Like, they'll hear words like be live. They'll hear words like believe and be live. They don't know belief, be the leaf. They don't know shit. Okay. So when you're reading these things, you need to really look at them as a decoder. This is encrypted stuff we're going to read, and you need to know how to encrypt it, and that's how you find the treasures. Okay.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I still have to get I have to get that soundboard thing, that button. I can't wait. Man. I'm gonna blast it.
So here's a legend, and this is I found incredibly important. I would write some of these words down and do some research. So I'm going to read this paragraph. It is one of these old legends tell us about the original home or homeland of the jinn. And I want to remind everyone, you are the jinn. There's no external. Put yourself in this story just as a mind exercise, as a spirit exercise. You're the jinn. You're the mirror, right? So a homeland that in a geographical sense is said to surround us yet, in fact, may never be located. Think about what lands surround us. The wall, right? The anti-arc outside of the arc. Okay? Think about that. Just as Jesus, the Sioux, look at Zeus, right? And Jesus. Gaia, the Phoenician goddess. He, hey. Sioux, the serpent, the Naga, right? The Sioux tribe here in America, the call, the Blackfoot, right? We'll get into, as I've mentioned, Kara everywhere. When you look at the Black Sea, right? Sea is Kara Denez, Kara, black. I'm not talking about your skin color. I'm talking about just words. Like when you're when you go to Home Depot to paint swatch or something, right? And Caspian, Pia is like pale, like soulless ones. And I can tell you that dark-skinned cats have been described as pale because of their actions. And so think about, you have to look very much deeper in all these things. So Greek gods had Mount Olympus, the fairies of Britain. So we've talked about Britain before. And I have massive amounts of books on Britain. So just to let you know, I've been organizing my books and I'm getting them like together. So let me see if I can find.
And I'm super amped about this.
I've been organizing my thing. So I have where's my books? Hold on 1 second. I have all the flamenco stuff, the 22 volumes or whatever. Give me one moment to see where I have all these things. They're on my external hard drive. So just to let you know, like I'm in a real organizing my stuff situation right now. So let me just share that real fast. And I'm looking for here's books 4. So I found my books 4 folder, right? Like here's the Anatoly Flamenco stuff, right? I got 22 of them.
That's awesome. I love it.
This is all the Anatoly stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm organizing my books here, and here's all these books. I don't even know if you guys can see this right. Okay.
We're gonna do some damage with this new drive, I feel like.
So I have all these machines, so I've been just consolidating my books, right? Like this is just part of it. This isn't even the magic books or the esoteric books. This is just some of the history related books, right? Like Ireland, Land of Ur, the Chaldees, right? Stuff like that. 1837. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the stuff that I get my stuff from. And then this isn't, again, as we've mentioned before, this isn't me just making shit up. You know what I mean? Not out of Africa, right? Stuff like that. And secret cities of the old South America, and Negro Caucasian, right? Call. Look up the call. Look up the Blackfoot. What is Blackfoot? It's call. The call Asians, the Phoenician origin of Britons, stuff like that. So anyway, get that out of the way. So, Avalon and the Norse divinity is called Asgard, their home. The ancestral home of the Jinn was Quoth. Now, when you look at the word quoth, we're going to break this word down. You can also remove the Q and put in letters like KW, right? Quoth. When you're doing research and decoding, forget the C's and the Q's and all that. Use these other, ways to spell them, right? So Quoth Mountain, sometimes simply Mount Quoth, right? This is important. Standing at the edge of the world, the slopes of Mount Quoth were the homeland of the Jinn tribes, as well as the elusive eternal phoenix bird. Now, this is a fun word to look into. Phoenix bird on Quoth. Okay? Have fun with that. If you want to put that in your notes.
Good luck.
Good luck with that. Put that in your notes and go do some looking around.
Yeah.
Okay. The Quoth Range, the mysterious chains of mountains fashioned out of emerald by Allah. We're going to get into Allah in a second, right? And again, when I talked about the Quoth and the Q, Quran, look into that different types of spelling. Oh gosh.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So the Quoth Mountains, again, home of the Jinn, folks, are believed to take their name from the Arabic letter Quoth. Now, I don't have letters and different things lined up right now, but you can look into it. So, which is also the name of the 50th surah of the Quran, Al-Quoth. Some scholars among the Persian geographer Mustafi asserted that the 50th surah was named after the Quoth mountain, though this remains uncertain. As late as the 14th century, Quoth was included in standard geographical works produced by the Islamic world. And again, I want to in interlude where I've shared in the past where Kentucky, and Appalachia is actually home to Islam. That'll hurt you. And I have maps to prove that. I don't know if I have them prepared, but I have maps to prove that in the Mountain of Harmonics. And just look up the tribe of Ben from Kentucky. Just go down that rabbit hole and you'll see the Islamics were here.
So with the when you say we are the Jinn, so does that leave room for other entities aside from Jinn then?
The way I look at it, when I'm looking at these things and these, I mean, I don't know if the word is parables or whatever, the stories, I like to internalize them, and it's not external things. It's an internal, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, working through it, by the way, and I don't have all the answers, but these archetypes and these parables and these external archetypes of jinn that we're going to get into how there's like 5 different ones, and some are good, some are bad. When you break down simply the etymology of jinn, just look at the state Oregon, Oricon, origin. You're the origin. You are the origin. You're the Surrey. You're the source.
Well, and jinn, isn't it also related to the word genius in a way?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so when you're like channeling genius, you're channeling, I guess, your higher jinn, I guess you could say it if you were saying it in that way. It's almost like a well, it's in the same way as if you want to consider the demonic as just internal parts of the self that are reflecting like archetypes that may exist in some way in the metaphysical, but in the physical they only manifest through us. So my question is the jinn the like, I guess the core part of the individual spirit and soul, or is it just like a kind of like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, like an additional aspect? Or would you say that is like the source of the frequency that you're basically picking up with this body?
Yeah. So this avatar is obviously that we're in a particular transmitter and receiver based on whatever frequency you're rocking on, like a radio channel. Obviously, that's not an original thought. Other people have said that stuff. You know what I mean? This is not me.
That's why when I was saying it, I should say the same thing. I didn't make that up, obviously.
Yeah. This is me somewhat hearing other people say things and kind of checks out. But I also think beyond the avatar, I think our source, I think so much, and by so much I mean everything, is I'm the source of all things. I am somewhat connected to a source of some kind. I actually like all that eighth sphere stuff. Like part of me is not really into the soul trap, although I like it from a logical standpoint. Like it kind of checks out, but also like if I'm rocking and I'm vibing so high, I think I'll know my way.
Yeah, and also remember eighth sphere isn't, people I'm sure they're confusing this now. It's not supposed to be the soul trap, like the Saturn moon matrix thing. That's not, the eighth sphere is like something that we are going to go through no matter what, and it's just kind of like an evolution of our spiritual essence, and we go through this time that's brought about by the materialistic buildup of AI and whatnot around us. And some of the souls here just don't leave because they don't want to. They get stuck in the material, basically.
Yeah, well, again, I've been on this tip where all this external stuff, man, I'm not into it. Oh, by the way, like 3i Atlas, for example, a quick update, like just to give you guys like the latest update on 3i Atlas thing. It's still fake and gay.
Called it.
FYI.
Called it.
It hasn't changed from that status.
I keep seeing people reaching too. They're reaching so hard. They're like,
and yeah, I know, like it pulls over and goes through a drive-through because it needs to pick up some, some hamburgers and French fries along the way. I get it, and it's all fake and gay. Like, why? So these external programs, There's organizations that only lie, and that is their job, to distract and lie and give you false narratives and false programming, et cetera, et cetera. That's their job. So if you're going to tell me, well, no, this time they're telling the truth, it's like, come on, guys. Like, come on. And you guys know that I've shared on some of my personal experiences, like literally in like my jobs and stuff. Yeah, it's fake. It's super fake. Show and prove. You ever heard the word, back in the 90s, all the rappers and stuff like show and prove, show and prove. Like, and CGI doesn't prove nothing. So here with the home of the jinn, along with the Persian equivalents, Paris, petty, right? For those that don't know, there are maps that show Moshe Khan, Mexico. X also is pronounced like a Tau in Phoenician. It's pronounced Tau. But you have Moshe, and Mexico is actually called Paradiso back before. It was called Michigan, as in Michigan. You never heard of the state Michigan? Michigan and Mexican are the same word. Meshi. Now look up, if you guys want to put this in your notes, look up Ojibwe. What does the word Michi mean? It'll mean like heaven or sky or something like that. And you have Peru, and you have Paris, etc.
Also, you have some questions from Mr. Rioso in the chat.
What's his name?
Mr. Rioso.
All right, let's see what's going on. I don't know what you mean by the new series of Pluribus, but let's see. Supposedly, all the various emotional interactions create different forms of loosh. The highest supposed to be love, white light. Now, can you define love? What's love? What does that actually mean in emotional interactions? And if you're going to tell me it's transactional.
Well, you know what that reminds me of, like the work of what's his name? Wilhelm Reich.
I need to grab some water, dude, but go off, King.
Give me
like 1 minute.
When he brings up the loosh and it being like it could be positive if it's obviously love, or negative if it's something darker emotionally. But Wilhelm Reich had the idea of orgone energy and dark orgone energy. So maybe something like that could be a thing. I mean, they did supposedly kill that guy. At least that's his story. And I know, I don't know if that's what sort of you were kind of getting at, Mr. Rioso, but aside from that, obviously, the stuff about out-of-body experiences that what's-his-name did at the Gateway Experience and the Monroe Institute. Monroe. He was the one who came up with this idea of loosh, right? Let's see what you say. Yeah, Monroe. Yeah, and I sort of think Monroe got a little bit duped when he was in the astral realm. It seems like he did, at least.
So let me go through the homies stuff. So, by the way, Mecca. So it's interesting, right? So that cube, like I'm not into Mecca at all, at least not over there, right? Cube, a black cube, and supposedly a meteorite on the corner. Like literally, there's a corner there. Like, yo, that's a LARP, B. Look up the mountain of harmonics, which I actually have ready to share if I can find it real quick. Here in India, next to Khan, there's a river called Kanasi. Khans. Shout out to the Khans. Dang, do I have this ready to? I don't have the map ready, but look up the Mountain of Harmonics map. So, and of course, if I'm gonna pray, right, I'm gonna face magnetic where the magnetic energy is, and that's chances are up north. My compass, not over there in that place in Saudi Arabia. That's a LARP, yo. And you got the cube, Cuba and all that type of stuff.
And there might be something there that they're worshiping. They do seem to love their like meteorites, if there are meteorites that fall here. I've seen something fall out of the sky before myself that was green,
yeah,
like a little rock. But they seem to like love these little rocks that fall out of the sky.
Yeah, and the Ka and the Ba. I just said that Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
Like I literally just said Kaaba, Cuba. It's called Cuba. It's called Cuba, my brother.
Kaaba could be used for loose extraction.
So when you look at America, this cat's gonna get into it too. He's gonna mention the goddess a lot, and I'm here. I live right next to the lake a lot, Alatuna, right? It's all up and down here, right? We're in the Perry realm. So again, if you want to look up fairy, P's and F's are interchangeable. So again, I've shared how in modern day Liberia, where that's where you emphasize the lie part. But Urs, get out of there. The land of the Fae, the land of the Vey, and the land of the Day in Bassa. That's where the Fae. And also you have Perry realms, fairy. The jinn and the fairy and the fae. Listen, all these people talk about, let me tell you about the fae. And they don't know shit about the fae. You know what I mean? Like literally they don't. They just read their fantastical books of, everyone's in this weird wonderland shit. Everyone wants to just feel good. And talk about vanity. You know what I mean? I have this cosmic audience that watches out for me, and they just, I don't have to do it. It's like, yo, grow up a little bit.
Well, so what if we take instead of the love and light, folks, the more darker, trickster like experiences people say they have or have had with Fae or whatever the hell they're talking about? Could that be entities from underground?
No, Chris, I really don't know. Like when you're being quote unquote tricked, it's interesting, man. Like
it could be military industrial complex all day forever, pulling tricks on everyone. But let's just say maybe there is something else being some sort of trickster type of entity. I would assume it's some sort of advanced survivors of a previous civilization that live in places where we don't go.
Well, you have to, before I answer that, I just want to highlight this word tar, like Taurus field and on Tartar, all right, Tartary, and all that stuff. So I don't know, Chris, like, I do kind of, part of me is into the loosh harvesting, just in a practical, like, yeah, I see, how can you not see that happening? Right. Another part of me is, when you're getting quote unquote fooled. Yeah. Antarctica. I mean, I just talked about it. Like the rim, like I just talked about the rim here. It's supposedly the home of the jinn, and the Quaff range is around the bowl by these writings. Right. But yeah, you're outside the anti-arc, I live in Georgia, US, and I'm inside the arc, right? The arc meaning the sun and moon. Yeah, smokeless fire. I mean, we are looking at the legends of the fire spirits. And I have said many, many times that I'm a mystic, and that mist, there is knowledge in the mist between fire and ice. It makes mist.
Well, there's also that gets and starts getting in the plasma and like all these new stuff that's coming out. Well, it's not really new, but it's starting to be discussed by people like Robert Temple, who wrote the Serious Mysteries. He's obviously an occultist. His name is Robert Temple, Robber of the Temple. But he came out with the New Science of Heaven, and that book got a lot of play on YouTube. People were talking about it, and he was talking about the I think it's called the Kordelinsky or something like that. Kordelinsky or Kordylewski clouds that are invisible plasma clouds in the sky that are supposed to be bigger than literally the sun. Each of them, they're gigantic and store information, and I don't know how they would know all this, but one of the things he suggests is that plasma, which has an intelligence, apparently are really what, like, when it falls to Earth at points, it, I guess, comes down and can be confused for some sort of higher entity. So the angels are really the plasma.
Well, we're going to get the genius in very soon, and that's related to kind of what you were touching on a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Plasma, I don't know necessarily, but Robert ain't too far off Rotter. Mm-hmm. And the ick is a Greek addition. It's a suffix. Again, I mentioned look into the Sioux, like the Sioux Phi and the Sioux here in America. It's a suffix, but Rotter, you're robber. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And these are titles. Names are titles. Oh yeah, sprites. I don't really know, and orbs and stuff. I mean, gosh, who even knows? Like, this is a very complex and awesome realm, and I will not ever pretend to act like I know.
That's getting all into the plasma stuff, and I know all these guys have been working with plasma sort of physics. They're all under NDAs, so no one talks about this stuff much because they're not allowed to. I feel like a lot of the stuff the military is using is all running on like plasma engines and whatnot.
Yeah, so this is an interesting word. Again, I told you P's are F's. Fire, fireist, purist, right? So I'm a programmer, so my grimoire is I look at I decode things just based on this type of stuff, right? We're gonna get into the genius for a second.
That's very close to Christ.
Which one? Oh, this?
Yeah. All you need is a FI. Instead of the FI, you make it a C.
And C's are fake. So you have K's.
What does FI equal?
Well, Phi, I mentioned the Sioux Phi.
Well, and then you also say it's like the golden ratio type Phi too. That's interesting.
Sioux Phi, Sioux Pi. Yeah, so when I look at things like pi or pia, right? Even pia. I mentioned pia and then Caspia, Caspian Sea. It's, you can mention that as pale as soulless. And, where's that fit with pi and being soulless and pale and those types of things? I really don't know. Yeah, I mean, fee, fi, fo, fum. Those are all synonymous. Like, that's actually like probably some esoteric teaching, right?
Yeah.
And so when you're reading these things, you can't just read them like as they are and then go, see? Like, you know what I mean? Like, get out of here, you know what I mean?
Exactly. No, exactly. And that's actually right on even the wiki for phi. It's they have it as spelled like pronounced as phi or phi. So, and then even Fey. So yeah, it's all there.
Yeah, dude. Kind of makes me a lot of cats out here teaching shit, and they're just parrots, just freaking parrots. Genius or gin master. You mentioned genius earlier, and obviously the etymology and root word stuff obviously works, right?
100%.
Again, like row, rue. I used to think Roman mean row as in, but it also means seafaring. So it also means copper red, dark red, like row, right? So you have these are larpers, by the way. There was a battle. I don't know. I'm not trying to get into it right now, but there was a battle back in the day, and then larpers took over. So we looked at Al Andalus, right? So that turned to Spain, and now all these people walk around acting like they're Moors and shit, and Freemasons. What's the Norwegian word to English translation for Mason? It's Murer, M-U-R-E-R, or M-E-R-U-R. Murer means Mason. Moor means Mason. Sephardic, from Al Andalus, Sephar, Farsi. Farsi, you heard that language? Or Sephar, seafaring people, Phoenicians. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what we're even talking about. And then take that over to America, and that's it, and that's that. So we can go on and on about this, but I do want to switch gears. Actually, it's not my intention to stay with this. It was just I just want to point out a couple things. So then I want to get into this. I just wrote. We'll close this for now. There's a lot there. We'll get into Atlantis now.
Yeah, buddy.
See if I can increase this a bit. Susquehanna.
Oh yeah, Mike Wan would love that.
Yeah, well, yeah. Shout out Susquehanna Alchemy. This is all connected to what we've been saying. Let me see. We have let me just see what this.
This is Greek, right?
I mean, one man's Greek is another man's Creek.
Even though it never lets me copy the letters, right? Just keeps coming out to that tanti word I sent you before.
Let me just look at the what does he say? So like one of the most prominent tricksters is Hoon bots. Okay, Cohen. So and Hoon Kowan Co. The funny thing is when I decoded Dakota and things like that. So Co actually means like a chieftain, not a Khan necessarily, because names are titles. They're not just names. And then when reminds me of I could feng shui that into like a Khan. So Hoon, the monkey twins, who are known for their playful antics. I mean, it's duality everywhere. I even have this book called I have this book called Non-Duality. Let me see. It's like a non-duality. Was it?
What is it, like a Vedic type thing? Or Vedic? Because they're all about the non-duality, right?
Let me see. It's I don't know. I actually haven't read it yet. It's like, what is that book? Sheesh. Anyway, it was on. Oh, it's in my magic it's in my magic book folder. Sheesh. I'm not organized right now. Shit.
No worries.
But anyway, it reminds me of duality. Yeah. I mean, mon. So, in ki. So, like ki, obviously you get your chi and all that. But chi and ki, it means like the land. Like, it's the same as gi, as in the Islamic goddess, or excuse me, the Phoenician goddess, Gaia. So ki, every time I see ki, whether it's Cairo ki, or anything ki related, chi is in Chicago or anything like that, right? It's like the land, or like the Mother Earth, if you want to put a feminine twist on it, right? And obviously, moon is you get like Mongolians and stuff, but moon, right? So that's kind of an interesting word, and it's got that duality thing going on. You know what I mean? Cool. Yeah. Chewing. Monkey in Mayan is cooing. That makes sense. Chew.
Human.
And actually, chewing reminds me of gin, if I'm being honest. I kind of, you know what I mean? Like, it depends on your grimoire.
I got it.
Additionally, Luxes, dude, there's such a sync right now with Lux, and one of my other homies, a close friend of mine,
Lux,
we were talking Lux the other day. Like,
Veritas, right? Isn't that the Latin?
yeah.
I know Theoria Apophasis or Ken Wheeler always ends his shows with Lux Veritas or something like that.
Well, gratitude for this comment, because it's just a personal sync, recent sync. Like, is there an idea of why the alphabet is such a fuck show? Yeah, right. Oh, W. I mean, you want to talk about duality? Yo, there's U and there's W. I mean, is there any more dualistic sigil than that? I mean, it should be VV. If you look at like laws and things, like a lot of people say, like King Thames. A lot of people know him as King James. Thames River and all that. The New Dawn, London. Well, he wrote the Bible, right? The Bible, but he also wrote the Laws of Virginia. Laws being spelled with two V's, Lavves, and a lot of people say that's the origins of the Bible. And yeah, W is a LARP for sure. C is a LARP. K, I don't think is a LARP. Just kind of. But I go on sounds. I go on sibyls. I don't go, And guys, never forget, like, these sigils have all written things have frequencies. So, but yeah, it's a Phoenician all the way, and then you have the suffix added things. Like G is a fake. You take those away, you get your H sound. Now drops down to what would that be? 6?
What do you mean?
It's the 8th letter. It'd be the 6th letter.
Yeah.
Just powerful. H. All the H's.
Well, G would be if you took away the G, H would be the 7th letter.
And you take away the C.
Oh yeah.
C's a big old one. So you have H as in your 6th position.
I have this old Bushido book, by the way, from the samurai. They have chi listed as wisdom in here.
Yeah.
And we have something else called ki, which is a little different.
I think they're kind of the same.
They have one as wisdom and one as energy. Like Ki, Ki, and Chi, Chi.
More in German. So if you don't know, homie, I consider the word harmony in Germany the exact same word. If you go and do a search in har, Har, and her, Her, they're the same as gar and ger. Look up the Garamans, the Garamentes, the Garamans. Gar, ger, har, her, Muni. Germany to me is harmony, which is why in a lot of my comments I always put peace and harmony. And one of the homie third I edify is going deep into the musical style, and he's all into the Germany stuff. Like, and that's where they changed all the, we're not talking just 440 to or 432 to 440. We're talking about way before that. The structure of music, right? And sounds and harmony and harmonics. Germany, in my opinion, only my opinion, also is synonymous with harmony. F in the old phonetics, right? Well, F and P are the same. When, what? Yeah, so like a con, right? You're a fucking con, right? You're also Juan is the same word. So con and Juan and Han and king and kin are all the same word. Right? And so it's confusing when you're trying to like research stuff on the like, you know what I mean? If you're just some dude out here, I don't care what sandals you wear or what accoutrement you have on and all that. If you don't know this stuff, like how to search with these, they do it on purpose, right? To cause confusion and chaos, right? Like, and researching is tough.
100%.
And sure, I'm a sense. Yeah, for sure, absolutely. I see Lin. So when you see like a word like Lin or like a suffix Lin, it means land, but I also see it as means lens, your vision. So if you guys don't know, I live near if you want to come visit, just meet me at the Etowah pyramids. Eto, for those who don't know, means italics. It also means etal as in Yamayaka, I and I, right? Wah, the Almighty. So Eto is the breath, the sound, the speech. It's right next to the Etowah River. So the breath of the Almighty. So when you're speaking sounds, it's from the Almighty, or at least should be. And that river, the Etowah, flows to the Leka pyramids. They've been destroyed. Leak mounds. The Leka, to give gnosis, especially hidden gnosis. Like if you're in the CIA, it's like, we got a leak, right? What is that? You're sharing knowledge that people aren't supposed to have, right? So then that kept flowing down to the Shah mounds. And when I say flowing, I mean like a quarter of a mile. Shah mounds here are destroyed in Georgia. Shah. We just talked about Chi and all that. Shaman and all that stuff. This all was overlooked by the Star Fort here where I live. The Star Fort's destroyed. It was a celestial fort that overlooked all this place. And that is now, if you just go a quarter, and then, by the way, this Etowah River flows to Rome, Roma. I just told you, Etowah, Italy. And they didn't name Etowah after Italy. They named Italy after Etowah. Okay. They named Rome after Etowah. And just above that, Alatuna Lake. Alat. Look up Alat, the Islamic goddess. Alat. And then you have Alatuna all up and down Pennsylvania. Oh, but this is Islam, yo. This is
Yeah.
where, look up Canada, Cathay. Look at my map on Cathay. Marco Polo went to Cathay to look for Prester John, Prester, priest, John, Khan, priest, God King. Okay. So, yeah, Athens, Roma, Smyrna, Dallas, right?
What would you say
Kemet?
What would you say
Kemet.
Jersey translates to? Because I remember I was looking into Jersey for a while, and there was really rough finding much on it.
Well, just to wrap this up, and then all you have Kemet. What's Kemet? It means dark, fertile soil outside of Memphis. Where's dark, fertile? Where's the most fertile freaking land in the entire realm? Central
Mississippi.
United States. Mississippi. It floods
Mississippi.
sometimes. It fits all the stories. You have Memphis there. America's Egypt, folks. Egypt is fake.
At least it's the Egypt 1.0, probably, or one of them.
This is Egypt 1.0. In
And then
Egypt, the
and then
word
Egypt.
is a fake out.
I mean, there might have been other Egypts. Who knows? But we don't see them.
Yeah, I need some water. I'm sorry.
We got the newer Egypt now. Possibly. It's impossible, really, to know the order of these things.
So I think I need to get to the root of it. And you go, yes. So there was, okay, so how was all that supposed to be, right? So one thing is, if you guys don't know, I mentioned Prester John, right? And the turnaround happened with King Khan. And he was over there in what you consider Asia, right? But there was no India. There was no Asia. That was Asia, minor. America's India, Indiana, look into it, India superior. So the story goes that Genghis Khan, now think about the stupid mainstream story. Genghis Khan dies, and then all his troops disappear and go to the funeral, and then that stops their takeover of everywhere, Paris, France, you name it. Like, that's ridiculous, right? So Genghis Khan went into America, like the Mongolians, Montana, and all those places. Califia, Queen Califia, California. No, that's not a fictional book only. Okay. And the Mongolians came in. Now, who do you know is the greatest horse archers ever? You hear of the Mongolians being great horse archers. Who else do you know about being great horse archers? Indians. And where are these horse arching Indians from? America. And where are the Japanese or the plains? In Kansas, where the Kara and the Car and the Caw and all these Crow and all these things operate. He came across, he went to battle the priest king, Prester John, and he won. that Temujin, Moors and all that, Murs, Jin, we just talked about the Jin, Te, think about Te, think about Göbekli Tepe, think about Karakan Tepe, and then think about the Indians and their teepees. What does Te mean? It's kind of like Zion. It's like a place of dwelling where the Almighty is. So you have Temujin coming into India and all their teepees in Mongolia with horse archers against a priest king in the Cannons, the Canaanites in Canada, the Cathays. And he just happens to win. And he beats the Drakons.
No, and actually, I have something that could back up all of what you're saying about the archers and whatnot. Apparently, New Jersey, that comes from the word gar, like gari, which would be like either a spear or an arrow island. So New Jersey would be the new throwing spear or arrow island. So you basically have that mentioned right there.
So, and dude, and I told you the Acadians. Look up. Oh, the Acadians. The Acadians. Look up upstate New York, folks. Acadians. It's literally there. Except it's spelled with C's instead of K's, or vice versa. I can't remember. Like if you're fooled by the word Acadians and the word Acadians, and one is spelled with C's and one was spelled with K's, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? If that's enough to throw you off. Or the Sumer. The Sioux. I just talked about the Sioux. Look up the Sioux. And if you're thrown off, if you're such a mental midget to where how do you pronounce the word how do they spell it? Soiux or whatever?
The Sioux? Wait, this like the Sioux or Sioux?
The Sioux. It's pronounced
Sioux. Yeah, it's Sioux.
The Indians.
Mm-hmm.
It's pronounced Sioux.
Yeah.
If you're thrown off by the spelling and you get thrown off by SU, Sioux. Serpents.
Oh wow! Look at that, and look at that. This word, and also this word "gur" for Jersey also means yurt, which is a teepee.
See what I'm saying?
And that's from the Mongolian. So they went from the German to the Mongolian.
Bro. Shout out to the 6 listeners.
Much love.
I break this shit down all the time, and hardly anyone, dude, I can't get up. Except for my friends, man. Nobody hollers at me and says, sweet. And I think they're doing it out of kindness. I don't even think they're into what I'm into. But why even fudge around with this other info if the foundation is built on inversions? Like, I want to talk. There's a lot more sexy talk out there. I get it. But there's way more like the Templar, the Teutonics. Talk about duality. The Teutonics. That's remnants. That's Genghis Khan's crew that went and implanted and took over America. They morphed into the Templars. The Teutonics are the Russians, the Rus.
Mm-hmm.
That's Genghis Khan shit.
And God, dude, I don't mean to keep harping on this word, the ger, because it actually winds up becoming like a Chero, like Cherokee. Like it,
what I'm saying, dude?
And it also, like, if you keep going though, like there's other etymologies for ger that eventually become it, like it means in the Proto-Celtic, or there's like a Brythonic.
Well,
it means word or speech.
Dude, so mentioned the Kel and the Cow. Celtics are Chaldeans. The land of land, and we mentioned I mentioned Parthia. Turn into Barthia, which is where you get the Bretons. Parthian, Parthia. And I also know, you guys know, I talk about the Scythians to the Sakai to the Saxons. So the Saxons come from the Scythians. They come from all this Genghis Khan shit.
Yeah, so this means word, also means word, speech, command. Eventually it becomes geru, which sounds like guru. And it also could mean to sing, which will relate to the Fae, because in these folklore of the Fae, they sing, apparently, just like the those sirens do out in the ocean.
Mm.
But yeah, that's interesting, because that's important. If it means word, like the word, that means that's going way back.
Yeah, dude. It's the origins.
And then in West Saxon, it becomes an alternative form of karu.
Caribe, the
Yep.
Kari.
And for some reason, in the Old English, they change it to sorrow.
I mean, bro, can you read this real quick? And this is just an excerpt from a book. It's only a few pages from the book. This book from 1965, The Origins of the Terms Canaan, Phoenician, and Purple. Can you read this? I have to use the restroom real fast, man.
Go ahead,
Sorry.
brother. Do you want me to start right there for the
Go
top?
for it. Yeah.
For a long time, the name Canaan was considered Semitic. Then this name appeared in cuneiform texts from Tel El Amarna and Bogaskoi as Kini, Ani, Kiniana, Kinia, He, Kinia, Hani, and Kini, He, i.e., both with the suffix ni/na and without it. The suffix form corresponding to Hebrew, Phoenician, and the Egyptian. Oh, am I lost here? No, the Egyptian KN. I don't know how the hell that's supposed to be pronounced. KNN or Kanan. Or Kanan, I'm guessing, occurs in Amarna letters from Phoenician, Tyr, and Byblos. The non-suffix form similar to China or China, the mythical ancestor of the Phoenicians, and Philo of Byblos, was used outside Canaan. Progress in grammatical analysis of the Hurrian language caused Julius Louis to interpret Canaan as a Hurrian word formed with the Hurrian suffixes h, I, and na. It was always revealed that the Akkadian written texts of Nuzu, a predominantly Hurrian city, the word Kinahu designated red-purple dye. E.A. Spicer understood this term as an adjective derived from Canaan, the native name of Phoenicia, a country famous for purple production. W.F. Albright, on the other hand, explained the word Kanahi as a genuine Hurrian adjective, which precisely meant purple. Canaan thus being a Hurrian appellative, or how do you say that, appellative of Phoenicia as the country of purple dye.
Yeah, bro. So, why does it do that? China, and you also have in Mexico. You have Sino, like Sinaloa, Sino, and that's where you get China. And lots of Indians coming to America. Chinese people come in and they labeled them as Chinese. So there's a lot of what do you Hurrian? You can look at upstate New York Hurrian, and we talked about hurricane before being an important etymology word. What do you think about this, Chris? Just what you've read so far.
I mean, I can't argue with it. And it's interesting because you do find these same colors, like this purple, is spread across various cultures in a way that it's odd and it almost doesn't make sense.
It's because they fucking lie to us.
Yeah. And I mean, even China has like a blue purple. It's a little different, but
well, there you go. You just mentioned blue purple.
Oh, there. Look. Yeah, exactly.
I really don't have all the even in like there's so many root word stuff here to break down.
Hooked on phoniques. tongue phonics.
Yeah.
That name Phoniques or Phoniques. It seems like that's how they say it there. Where that arrow is.
Arrow. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking over here with the car knock. 71. There's a lot here, guys. I mean, you can't just depend on cats to tell you. You got to be your own programmer, man, and figure this stuff out yourself.
Yeah. I mean, these are footnotes. I could pass them by for now.
These are footnotes, but they're bangers.
Yeah.
I gotta. Like this is just a couple pages. Like this shit. That's how I come up with this stuff, man. It's crazy. Remember Sim? You were talking about Sim the other day. So when you similar and all that, and Sim and input, all references to Sim and Sem, right? Semitic, the semi come from America too, folks. If you haven't learned by now, shout out America. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all America, yo. And it's just based on, Haiti. Yeah, man. Haiti. Yeah.
Nation is basically Phoenician.
Well, yeah. Well, like, I mean, okay. So, I mean, dude, you want to talk about Phoenician, bro? Barbados, Bermuda, the Da. Dude, look at you want to get, oh man, if you could get real deep, look into like the Dodas and the Dadas and the intermarrying kings list between the Dodas and Dadas and the Welsh. You want to go real? You want to get real? You want to talk about kings list? Because over here, it's all about the obviously like Da is probably more feminine, and Do is probably more masculine, but they might even invert that on us. I'm not sure. But obviously you have Mercants, the Mercons, the Morcons. You have all the islands in the Caribe, the Caribe bays. Where do you park your boat? On a bay, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, Haiti is a super interesting place. Just based on the name, and shoot, they stole all the gold out of it last time. They had a hurricane there.
You got that Maryland, or what is it, Larimar stone that's supposed to be down there?
What's that? I don't even know about that.
That's that special stone that Edward Casey would always be like Atlantis used for energy and whatnot.
Oh.
And apparently the number one jeweler in the world, I think, or at least the jeweler that seems to be selling the most of this precious stone is called Mar-a-Lago. But Casey, when he would go into his trances and whatnot, he would talk about, I think it's called the Larimar stone. It's like a sea blue, baby blue, tealish color.
I'm not aware of that at all. That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's, I think, the majority of it is in Haiti, I believe. Or it shouldn't be there. It's like an odd thing that it's there.
Oh, dude, and Moonfeather just told, I'm so silly. Like, shout out Puerto Rico, ho, and what do you call Puerto Ricans? Boricua, right? Before it was called Puerto Rico, it was called like Boricuacan or something like that. Chris, can you search up the name before Puerto Rico was like Boricuacan or something, right? That has a lot of etymology into it too. And we broke down cayenne pepper out of Guyana, all the way to Cheyenne, Montana,
Wyoming, all the way to the Kara Sea in Brooklyn, New York. And guys, the brew, if you don't know, I mentioned the Hebrew goddess Gay.
Wait, what?
Brew.
Puerto Rico used to be called
the Druids.
Puerto Rico used to be called San Juan Bautista or Saint John the Baptist.
Nah, it's Boricua. It's Boric.
That's what it's saying here. That's weird.
That's because they're fucking layers of BS. Why do you call a Puerto Rican chick Boricua?
But I found that Boricuan. I found that too. Used to by the indigenous Taino people.
Yeah, Taino is.
It would be translated as land of the brave lord, land of proud chief, I think is what it's saying here.
Oh, yo, look at this line, Chris. A lost Semitic word,
Khan. I see KN, I see Khan. For Murex, in order to save the signification of purple dye country for Canaan. Now, in your mainstream, and they try and all these people out here try and tell you where Canaan was. Do you really think they were super known for making purple dye? Like, are you serious? How are they gonna make purple dye, dude? It's because they're fucking lying. And now people out here telling you, talking about Sumerian, Akkadian, Canaanites. They don't know shit. Why? Because they're receiving their information from people that are just trying to invert them. But they speak in such. You ever notice that people speak? It's like you're just parrots. You're parroting the bullshit that they gave you, and you eat it up. Garbage in, garbage out. Shout out to the 3 listeners here, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but so now you're saying if the original area, they're saying like the original place where the Canaanites are supposed to come from, they shouldn't be. You're saying that's not the area where the purple dye would come from. It more likely would come from Haiti,
right? Or
which you're absolutely correct, because they get the actual snails, I believe, that they get the purple dye from right off the ocean there in Haiti. Yeah, so you're right.
And it's all up and down the East Coast, actually. Yep. You know, and I'm not an expert on how to make purple dye. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm a bit of a parrot, where I'm not an expert on making that. But yes, what you just said is what I was saying. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you add if you connect dots, it's like you're a detective. You know, you're just going, hey, we live on a realm-wide crime scene. And like Dave Chappelle said, he'd be like, talking about cops, he's like, just sprinkle some crack on it. These people just been sprinkling some distraction crack all across the realm. They've been even making pyramids. And you notice, like the Sphinx in Egypt, it erodes. Why? Because it was cheaply built. But if you look at the Sphinx in other locations, that shit's still standing tall. It's because Egypt pyramids are a LARP. And you go, well, what about the mathematics behind it and all this? Hey, man, do you really want me to show you pictures of them putting together these pyramids and temples and shit? Like, they have actual videos of putting Petra. I used to love Petra. That shit's bogus, man. I'm like, shit, that's bogus.
Yeah. It's all like
there's literal videos, folks.
It's all geopolymer.
Yeah, and they fit it in. Like, a lot of them will either they do a geopolymer mold, but most likely they'll drop the pieces in. There's videos of this, like actual videos in modern day. And then they'll tell you the shit's 5,000 years old. And people will repair at that. And then they want to give me pushback because I don't trust authority. I don't lean on authority to give me the answers. Yo, this shit runs deep, yo. So
This is the building of your own scaffolding of your psyche. This is why it's important. Like, if you believe in some of this stuff, like this other stuff, the fake stuff, you probably believe in nukes. But again, I can show you videos of them stacking dynamite on top of each other and blowing up dynamite.
Hey, there was actually a really good episode by what's his name? Crow 777 the other day, who just had a guy on who didn't agree with him on everything, but he studied hardcore the Nagasaki and what's the other one in Japan? No, the two places where they
I know.
Yeah, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and the story behind all of that, and he actually looked at all the readings. He had other people he knew who were studying the supposed fallout from what happened, and nothing added up. It was all like something very strange went on then.
Well, yeah. Oh, dude, look at this. This guy saying Mar dialectic Sumerian for guard.
Oh wow, that's like combines both things that were just coming up that we were just talking about.
Yo, this shit is so interwebbed. You know what I mean?
So
and again, I will never pretend to tell you that I got it all figured out. And I don't like people that tell me they got it all figured out. I got a problem with that. Because especially I'll mention one thing. I'll mention anything and they'll push back. I'm like, okay, I will see myself out. Thank you. But yeah, this is just dope information and really this is how you break the you worried about Loosh? This is how you break the Loosh stealers in all their government indoctrination camps. And I don't care what you look like, who you are, freeing the mind with this stuff, man. I'm telling you, man, this is empowering stuff. So you don't fall for other nonsense.
Phony. Go ahead.
See, now he's talking about dyers. This is where I'm not even sure. Like, one of the most common sources of red dye and imitation purple is in antiquity. Okay, that was a weird place to put that word. So this is where, I got to increase this. So he's talking about the purple dye, and they're trying to say, shit.
And this is the stuff like Amon Hillman talks about all the time, the purple dye.
Yeah, this
purple.
guy's trying to say there's a plant, but he doesn't name the plant. And this is where, you got to figure out, like, who do you believe kind of thing. And it also talks about imitation purple, which raises a red flag. But what's the plant? What's the plant? But this whole paragraph is dope too, by the way. So I hope you guys are like kind of reading it, even if we're not reading it to you.
Phonos murder. Oh, that's interesting. Very interesting. I mean, Amon Hillman gets into this stuff a lot, and not that I trust him totally, but he does seem to have some information on the purple dye.
SS Johnny. He's on. Talk about. He's a Mercon. He's a Mercon. He's a Mercon. SS Johnny. You know what I'm saying? He's out here.
Welcome, Johnny.
Oh, yeah, and if you know, see the beauty of knowing you're on a flat stationary plane and the luminaries going above you, you won't fall for that. Chances are you won't fall for nukes. Chances are you won't fall for fake viruses. It's terrain theory. And chances are you won't fall for dinosaurs. Now, the funny thing is, part of me believes in dragons. So I'll trade dinosaurs for dragons, yo. But that's the point. Some people go, what's the point of knowing all this?
it's all the bullshit's all connected. So it'll really help you from avoiding BS and being self-empowered. You know? Yeah, SS Johnny on it. Yeah, exactly, right? Scarcity. All
I
that.
mean, it's like similar to climate change, to COVID, to all the everything is. It was all they used it for the same reason, like try to get everyone to come together, all the nations, new world order type of stuff. Same thing with the nuke narrative.
Right. This guy, so like SS Johnny, am I right? Like, I don't even know, yo. And yeah, man, that's why I don't give a shit about this YouTube stuff. Like, it's just no, and you go to some other goofy ass channels and they have thousands of people, yo. And it's like, what are we even doing, yo? We crush every single time we're out here. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be honest, and I tell this every single time, man. I'm not really motivated to do this anymore.
Yeah,
if you couldn't tell already how, like,
we don't really try out much either. So it's like,
I used to try, though. I used to try a lot.
Yeah, but didn't your channel used to be popping off? Like you had a lot of people on it all the time until you got shadow banned
yeah, but it wasn't like major, you know. Like me, if 10 people are here, I'm pumped. But a lot of people used to come through, but yeah. And they were mostly content creators because this was the place, like, when you get off work, you want to come rock with your people, you come here. Like chefs or something, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know.
I missed out on that time period.
It was, you know, it's not. Maybe I'm glorifying things. I don't even know, but you know, we just did that real shit. Like,
I saw some of the guests you had before you deleted all your videos, and I was like, oh damn. Ronin was.
Had a lot of heavy hitters blessing this channel, dude.
Ronin was doing work.
And they were doing it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. We gotta I'm gonna try to get Nathaniel Gillis to come on. He'll get the numbers up for some reason. He's been he helps. For some reason the algorithm loves that guy.
Cool. Dude, I love, like, one of the best shows I had a bunch of good ones, but I like shout out Brandon Thomas from Expanded Reality. He came on. I might reshare that vid.
He should.
He said hi. I said hi. You know, I'm like hi, and he said something, and I mentioned like one word. I was like, it's a mindset. We were talking about, is it a prison or a paradise? And you know, and then I said, it's a mindset. He's like, yeah, it's a mindset, and he went on for 2 hours straight talking. And it was great. I was like, he's crushing right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I've heard that's like I feel like that's like a Christian viewpoint at times, because isn't that something quoted biblically?
What, the prison planet concept?
Well, no, like you're already like in heaven or in hell based on like,
that depends on
your perception. Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of that crosses. That's not just Christian, dude. That's crosses a lot of things.
Yeah, it might be more like a Nagamadi.
We live that too. It's not. Yeah. It's that. It's those codexes and all the codexes, man. So is it and that goes into that soul trap thing too, that Ace Sphere stuff that you like from Rudolph Stein.
Remember, Ace Sphere isn't soul trap. Remember that.
Well, I thought Ace Sphere is
no. Saturn Moon Matrix, I think, is more of the soul trap. Ace Sphere really has nothing to do with the soul trap. Like soul trap is also very Gnostic, like more modern Gnostic, more after like the Valentinians and the Manichaeans and some other Gnostic sects who were more deeply thinking about things. Like it's there's various prison planet type of ideologies, but no, Eighth Sphere, Rudolf Steiner was not a prison planet dude at all. Oh. He did not believe in that because he actually despised, I think, that type of thinking. because he had a crazy like view of things. Like he thought we were going to like, his view of, I feel like the way we became human from a more misty type of spiritual entity, and then we solidified into matter, and then eventually we'd transform into something else. He had like all these different crazy ideas, but it was all supposed to happen naturally, not with tech. And one thing he did say was when the eighth sphere, which he said has always been around, which I think is really just like lower level entities that are surrounding everyone at all times. When it is manifested in the physical, there will be a group that get through it. But you can't stop it. It's basically just saying things are going to get bad like they always do. And people are going to get through like they always do.
Now when I include the, by the way, shout out to the chat's crushing it. When I tap into the vibe and frequency stuff, so like it's like being more dense. You're going to be more heavy and you're going to go down. Mm-hmm. Right? Being more lighter, less dense, you're lighter, you can go higher.
Yep.
I know that's so simple, but to me it's profound. Like I just like to boil things down and make them super simple.
And that was the cycle you said we eventually go through. Like we go from being these light, misty like entities to what we are now, and then we're supposed to go back to that light sort of state, just in a different, like a more evolved, I guess, form, but not in the way of, not like a Darwinist type of evolution, like a spiritual evolution.
Mm-hmm.
But some people are just going to decide to go more dense and keep pushing themselves deeper into the physical, which is their choice.
I think that's literally what it's all about. Like I think that's this whole situation is all about.
It seems like it's always been that. It's going to come down to that. I mean, every freaking book out there, every end of the world type prediction or apocalyptic type of, which is the apocalyptic isn't necessarily end of the world, but every like prediction of transformation, the yugas,
dude, I think that's happening now, dude.
Yeah, it all always seems to predict this convergence where we're all about to make a decision and go one way or the other.
I think that's literally happening now.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is you can back it up, like, things like the Schumann resonance that they call it the Schumann resonance. You guys probably know about it already, obviously, but I noticed that thing really ticked up. Like I would call a higher low in November 2019. I noticed that shit firing off, and never. If you were to track it with a chart, I wish I can get like a 100-year chart of the Schumann resonance. I bet you would see it constantly going like up, up, up.
Oh yeah, it's been going nutty. I actually get readings from the one station on my phone all the time.
Yeah, but I think it's more so, and even when it's not going up, it's like a higher low compared to before, which.
Well, because it used to be like 7.8 hertz or something like that, right? And now it's not. The average is like 10 now, I think.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that, but yeah. See what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And that also goes into my thing where I've been, time has been speeding up.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people are like, oh, time's a perception. No, I hear you. Time is a perception, but I literally think I don't even know the word to use. I don't like the word quantum. I think it's whole thing is speeding. It's like expanding and shrinking or contracting in this realm, I guess. I don't know, but time has definitely been speeding up, and I don't think it's me just, oh, you're just getting older. Like,
No, yeah, it definitely is. I've had this conversation many times with friends and stuff because especially starting in 2020, part of me thinks it depends where you live because I have a feeling that, well, I mean, we know that like people sync up with people that are around like pendulums. Like if you put a bunch of pendulums that are all out of sync on a wood board that's lifted off the ground and can freely like move back and forth, like all the pendulums will sync up. So if you have a bunch of people, I think that are all in like an area that are super anxious, it's gonna like, I feel like that high anxiety is gonna make the perception of time speed up because it's like that high stress and high emotional state speeds time up, whereas like a calmer emotional state, peaceful emotional state slows time down.
bro, and then I mean, yeah, because that can also get into ley line node situation, like nodes and ley line stuff.
Well, also like this, like then you start thinking about, oh, why they want everyone in these cities and 15-minute cities and in these tight places, and why is crime always higher there? Why is it? It's like everyone's syncing up to a frequency that is just like a just high stress frequency, and
Yeah, on the local for sure. But I think on the macro, bro, I think there's people. I talked about anchors. You know, we were talking about all these seafaring stuff earlier a little bit, just in etymology. And we can't get away from it. We're always talking about it. Or I am anyway. And there's so many syncs that connect with it. Oh God, why did I mention it like seafaring?
we talked about anchors even like 2 weeks ago or last week.
Thanks, man. So I think, thank you, man. So, you know, when you talk about baggage, oh, you got baggage. Or, yeah, anchors. It's like, bro, that's where that shadow work and all that talk comes from. And I know people, man, you really got to look in the mirror. You got to look in the mirror at your reflection, bro, and look in your eyeballs, your own eyeballs, and go, first of all, just say, I love you. And then next go, yo, because that's that density, that's that anchor, and people have those parasites, you're parasiting, you know, you have the mind viruses and you're infected, you know, and it sucks. And you don't want to be infected. You want to be part of the sick herd. The herd is sick and they're parasited.
Exactly. I mean, that gets into, like you said, it's right what you're saying is in line with terrain theory.
Well, I'm a terrain theory guy.
Yeah. And that seems to be what happens with a lot of these illnesses.
Yeah, dude.
Because there's no reason why I've not gotten the flu in years with
bro. I haven't had the flu in years, bro.
Sleeping with my girlfriend now, the one I had 5 years back, the one I had 2 years before that one. Never got it.
Man, I know one time I got ill, and it's because I was in a new place, and I know they had like Wi-Fi stuff everywhere. Like, I was basically got like EMF poisoning.
Well, because did you get whatever the hell was going around when everyone was getting sick? Like,
no, I don't. Whatever you're talking about, the answer is no. I never get anything.
So you didn't get sick at all during lockdowns?
No, I never had any certificate of ID.
So now
I never got sick that whole time.
She got it once, and after she got it, I stayed with her because she wasn't feeling good, and then I had a bad headache for 2 days, and then that was it.
Bro, I didn't get anything, bro, and I was out in the streets in Georgia. They didn't lock down.
Yeah, which is probably better off, honestly. I think honestly,
I was out.
Being indoors was not good.
No, we were out here, and you know, I was led here to this area. You know.
Yeah. No, that was the only time I got something in the past however many. And I will say the headache was bad, but I mean, that could have been anything. It was just like, it was no different than.
If you listen to someone that talks about how, it's kind of tough because, man, it gets real tough when you're talking about people that it shouldn't be insulting. So who cares? If they're insulted, that's on them. It's not on me. It's not my intention. If you talk to some people and they were like, man, I thought I was going to die and my lungs felt like
I had no one I knew who was
glass in them, or like it's just like, yo, look in the mirror, okay, and figure out why. Now, yes, you could have really toxified yourself by putting poison darts in you or whatever your lifestyle was, but it's also your vibe all the way around, your attachment to this material world and these things that don't really matter. If you really talk to someone like that, don't just listen to them for 20 seconds. Let them talk for like 5 minutes and you'll find out why they were sick, because they are anchored to all this stuff. Contagions don't exist. I just saw the way I was just, yeah, man, they don't exist, yo.
Hey, what? You saw what?
I just saw the word contagion and I added don't exist, but he typed, yeah, they don't, there's no such thing as contagion, dude.
Yeah.
And you guys know that.
A lot. Yeah. No, it definitely seems that way. I'm with you on that,
bro. And then
what were you
got, okay, man. Then you throw on top of that stuff, like I mentioned a little bit earlier about sigils and letters and things. You have the chaos magic happening. That's why I don't like these new age people out here. That's why I tell people, if you're into some layered new age thing and boil again, this is the alchemist. We're alchemists here. We're programmers. We boil it down. If you're into that new agey shit and it's like chaos magic and sigils and things like that, and you're watching things. I watch a lot. I'll be honest. I do watch a lot of violent like movies. I like all the martial arts movies. I love like Predator, Killer versus Killer stuff. Like I get it, And you go, no, I can protect myself from taking this in with my lens and it not affect me. I think it affects you. I think it affects you. I think it affects me. No matter how, much of a wizard I may think I am. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, it does. I'm sure. I don't. I mean, dude, I haven't watched much TV in years until I moved in with her over last April, and now I watch TV only with her. But it's just, I got so bored with all of it. I'd rather just be. I mean, not that it's any better, probably being on the computer creating stuff, but I don't know. I just got bored with the shows and whatnot. It just, there's nothing left there for me. Sometimes I can get into something, but when you start seeing all the nonsense in everything you watch, it's like, God,
it's tough to unsee.
Yeah, it gets annoying after a while. That's why I had to take a break.
It's the chaos magic. It's the programming. It's even and I have my guilty pleasures. I watch some stuff, like I mentioned. But I mean, yeah. It's also like, I even know, I've mentioned this plenty of times, and this is obvious, Captain Obvious stuff. But you ever go on vacation and you go to like a beach and you think you're chill, and when you show up on the beach, you're like, man, I'm like wound up. For me, it takes me like 48 hours to 72 hours to get into beach mode.
Yeah.
I don't even know that I'm wound up, and I thought I was chill. That's that geographical stuff you're talking about.
Yep. I think also a lot of it has to do with how many cell towers maybe in your area, because I know this area is like 98 within 2 miles. So when I go home to New Jersey, we have like 40 in 2 miles, which is way less. And you would think, because they're 3 hours ahead, I'd be awake like I wouldn't be able to sleep. I get there though, and it's like I sleep. My schedule goes totally normal.
Yeah.
It's like I fall asleep before midnight. I wake up at 8 a.m.
Bro,
like
I'm about
like
to
a normal
cut
person.
now, dude. I had for those that don't know, maybe if you watch the this YouTube channel for a while, they had a speed camera, like a camera with the sign that tells you your speed limit, and then a camera right at the entry of my neighborhood. Yeah. And so I would go out there and cut the wire. I would just go out there and just cut the wire to it with like really good snips. And they eventually removed it. So I'm like, yo, I'm coming home. Don't even try to you're not taxing me. I'm like 2 blocks from the house, you know what I mean? Like, get out of here. So I'd go there. And I used to be like, if I didn't want to do that, and I didn't do this, I would just find some little kids, some teenagers, and give them $20 and go spray paint the camera. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now I have a 5G tower in my neighborhood that popped up in 2021, right? And part of me, I'm like, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna cut the pole down, like as anyone should do. You know, it shouldn't be here. It should be pruned and trimmed. My only concern is it could fall. It's literally in people's front yard. Like it could go, if I don't cut. It's like cutting a tree down and it goes the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Now maybe I'll just take some paintball guns and just shoot at the head, or maybe not a paintball gun. Maybe like actually my metal tools and just take out the just at the top. But regardless, it's in my heart and spirit. It should be taken down. And,
remember when all those guys in Europe were like burning them down? Good
they
for them.
still do it. Shout out to those cats, man.
Shout out to those
And
cats
not in our
wherever they are.
neighborhood. They go and cut that stuff down in a heartbeat.
My dad's friend, my brother's friend's father, he's one of my father's friends too. He used to work on 5G tower, and he's like, yeah, horrible for you. We had to wear, like, he said they had to wear like a hazmat type outfits to protect them from whatever was coming off of them. So it's super dangerous. So I have no idea.
Well, you know, guys, hate to say it, there's some people trying to kill you out here. There's some people trying to kill us out here. They're trying to kill us, yo.
I still think they could
What are you
prove
gonna
that
do about it? You're just gonna go, nah. You gonna
still
let people try and kill you?
I still think they could prove everything about like whatever CV19 was manifesting as being caused by probably 5th generation technologies if they just studied the cruises that people went on when they were all supposed to be negative for any sickness, because all those cruises were brand new ships, or at least newly outfitted with 5th generation technology.
Bro, they've been spraying. They've been, man, there's all kinds
and
of.
they're isolated cases where they could look at it like that. Like, no one, they're out at sea. No, they're friggin' literally isolated group of people that you could study. But they won't. They won't. It was the 5th generation technology on the boats, I think.
Oh, yeah, they were getting heavily poisoned or whatever.
Heavily hit with whatever the frequency did not vibe well with them.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
wild,
I mean,
man.
that's toxic. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's obvious. Yeah.
What were you gonna say about anchors before you?
I think I said it. Basically, I was using the metaphor of anchors similar to what we were talking about, density or baggage or heaviness. It was kind of the same concept. Same thing. That's all.
Yeah.
There's no reason to, to get it. You guys get it.
See, I still like that idea of that I was talking about from Lost last week, where we're having an anchor like which in Lost with Desmond, who was going back and forth between two different timelines, which one was purgatory because they were all dead, and that exists simultaneously to them living in the real world because there is no time, like in the afterlife. What'd you say?
We have that with our dreams. We live in realities right now.
Yeah.
One's real.
Yeah. Steiner talks about that too. How that's the closest you get to death is when you dream.
Yeah.
But in the show, the reason he could remember purgatory whenever he was like having these weird blackouts and going there, and no one else could, was because he had an anchor, which was his wife, who he loved, Penny. And that's what so like it reminds me of things like the Mandela effect, and how some people have anchor effects that they can say, no, I remember this. I remember the old world.
A lot of us do. I do. We all do.
So like in that, when you think
now,
of an anchor,
rare, because I feel like everyone should have that. Like, how do you not remember some of the basics that
some people don't, I feel like, but I think just that concept of an anchor then changes for me, and that becomes like a more positive thing.
If they're scared, it's fear. The reality has to be firm. It's the firmament. It's the fermente. There has to be something firm. I have to be able to, and that's why they have a closed fist. That's why they have a closed fist. That's why they get sick too. In some cases, come with an open mind, open hand, and all that. Empty cup. Seriously, like I know you guys hear this all the time from various people, but it's true. So you have to have. It's weird. It's like they're invested. Like you're not alone. I like the idea, and it's funny. I still do like to use the kind of ocean ideas with the anchors and boats and things. Like I'm just riding a wave. Like this ground is not solid like that. Like you can't plant your flag like that, dude.
We're not headed towards anything. Wait a second. They made a website for this? Ooh. I'm going to share something right now before we...
share away.
Look. Oh, wait, this isn't secure. Why is it not secure? I'm sure it's secure.
Out to the chat. Legends in the chat.
I'm sure it's somewhat secure. Let me HTTPS it first. And try it now. Why is it not secure? Turn on enhanced protection. Let's see. Am I still with y'all? Yeah? All right. I'll share this channel. I've turned on enhanced protection, whatever the hell that means. Probably doesn't matter, but look who made a website. The 2045 initiative. I gotta bring this over here.
Yeah. Oh, God. And there's some big cosmic events going to happen in 2035, the end of innovation.
So this, and let's see, how do we make it bigger? This is their next, they're trying to do this whole thing. I'm going to make this bigger for everyone. So they want to, I think,
robotic copy. Nah, yeah.
I think they're way behind on this.
You think so, though? We talked about clones before.
Oh, yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. But this is a robotic copy, which I don't know. Maybe we might have had Joe Biden walking across the lawn as a robot that one time.
Yeah, maybe. It's either a body double or a clone or a robotic thing.
I mean, they're really aiming high. They're aiming high here. This has been up forever on like Wikipedia and whatnot.
Yo, these people are gross, man.
Dude, they're insane. They're literally
in with nature. They want to be so disconnected from nature. There's truth in nature, man. Like straight up.
It makes no sense to me that they could be that stupid that they would think getting further away from
they
source.
Have no fun, Chris. Like they don't enjoy like a waterfall.
47,000 members.
47. That's funny.
47,701.
Yeah.
Let's look up the wiki on this. It's better.
Now they're pretty gross. They seem gross to me already. Like,
Yeah, here we go. Life extension. I'm sure Ray Kurzweil. Yeah, this is it's coming out of Russia though, which is quite interesting.
Dude, every year here on out, Lauren, is going to be wild. 2028, you got Agenda 2030. All these people are going to be, there's cycles, there's natural cycles, and there's manufactured cycles within cycles, man. I mean, shit is going to get awkward.
Yeah, human immortality in 33 years. These people are
Human
assholes.
immortality. I'm
They're-
good, yo. Like, I'm ready. I'm not, I don't fear death like that.
I don't know why they're such pussies. Like, it's like literally, what are you gonna do? You're gonna live here forever because you're so scared. You're so scared of dying.
Yeah, whatever comes.
Like, come on, man. Like, and you're never gonna do it because you're
They
the
suck,
further the way you move from source, the less advanced you're gonna get with your tech. There's no tech that's gonna beat the biological human. Like, we can do anything.
it's a very much abundance, especially like building like a super cool city that makes you healthy and not sick. It
Exactly.
makes them, and that benefits them. Like, have your health centers sound and all that, bro. You get really righteous. You don't have to eat or use the bathroom.
That light, you know what I mean? Like, no, these people are sickos, and we talk about this all the time. I ask this all the time. It's just like, are they even human? You know, are they just only strictly a parasite, or is the other humanoids? You know,
Here's here's another one, just in case people haven't looked at it. They kind of
first, stop drinking the water.
Oman Vision 2040 is before the 2045 one, and
They give off root race energy, and they ain't root races.
this is gonna be basically, it's the same thing as a 2030 agenda. Just I'm trying to find their PDF or website that talks about. Jesus Christ, this is horrible. Who wants to read that? No one. But it it's basically like we're gonna make everything green. We're gonna make everything socialist or communist, etc., etc. It's the same stuff that happened in 2030, but it's happening in Oman, which is near the UAE.
Oman's a beautiful place, man. I drove there. It was cool. I
Yeah,
drove
but-
there from Abu Dhabi.
Here we go. This is what we want.
It's actually a beautiful drive. Like the mountains. I got video.
Can we get this shit in English or what? No? I guess not. But yeah, see, you're going into the Jetson world out there. Why the hell don't they have this in English? Who speaks Arabic out there?
No gringos allowed.
Oh wait, there we go. Look at that. I could speak it. That's why I could translate it for y'all. See, these guys are all going to get into this. Look, sustainable environment, governance, and institutional performance, which means basically, what's it called? DIE or DEI. Proud of their identity politics. It's like the same shit. They're just going to take it out to the Arab nations, and who knows what's going to happen at that point.
Oh, yeah.
But this has been up forever. Part of me thinks that they want the UAE to become the new United States.
Sure. They are yeah, the family in Abu Dhabi is the Khalifa. That's their family name.
Well, then
Wait,
weren't they? Isn't this like the area where the UAE where they were talking about like combining all the churches and whatnot?
Oh, I don't know, man. By the way, guys, I lived in Abu Dhabi for a couple years. I lived in Kuwait for a couple years. Obviously, Iraq and Afghanistan, those places. So I know Dubai and Abu Dhabi very well.
This might end in 2040, actually, which is interesting. I don't know, man. These freaking guys are all insane. They're all insane, man.
Bro, I mean, they've been replaced. Like the OG tribal members have been replaced long ago.
Is that where Krislam? Yeah, Krislam. That's the thing that I heard about. I'm sure everyone's heard about it, but I feel like it's in this area. But who knows now with everything going on out there?
Familiar with that term? You're familiar with that term?
Krislam?
It's just Islam with a kruh.
Yeah, it's Christianity and Islam coming together into one religion. They were talking about making a church like that.
Okay.
Friggin', man.
Yeah. Dude, let's get out of here, man.
Yeah. I know you're tired, brother. I know you're tired. What time is it by you right now?
What's that? It's man, it's 11:20 something.
Oh shit. Gotta get the hell out of here. That's our latest hell face, man. But we'll be back. We'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Saturday we're both taking off because I gotta work on Sunday and gotta get ready for it, and you'll be visiting some schools.
Yeah, yep, guys. So nothing tomorrow. Appreciate you guys, man. Massive love to the chat. You guys crushed, and you guys, feed us in the way that we can bounce off what you guys are giving. You know what I mean? It's a give and take, symbiotic Taurus relationship. So massive love. You're an Oz.
He's an Aussie out there. Oh man,
dude, that party. Dude,
me and Maggie want to move there one day, even though.
Dude, man. I went to Perth, Australia. I went to Darwin, Australia, on my way to when I was in Darwin, East Timor, back in '99, and then I went to Perth and raged in Perth. Shout out Margaret River. And to the Aussies.
I think the Australians are hilarious, man. I love the mysterious universe guys. They're hilarious. Those two.
They are.
They're so funny, bro.
I'll have to tell my Australian story next time, but man.
Heck yeah.
Shout out. It's all love. Massive love. And appreciate you guys joining us. Chris, appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
Did we do okay? I just threw something together. I was like,
no, we did good. We did good. What else we gonna do? We did it. That was, we were early today, last minute show.
Dude, StreamYard.
You're putting in the work. Once this job I have coming up is done, I'll be able to help a little bit more with shit. I was just running around today. I had to do a couple of calls and whatnot. But we'll get there. We're gonna bring the fire.
Yeah.
If we haven't.
StreamYard screwed us when we started, guys. It jammed us up.
Didn't help. Did not help. Which doesn't make sense because I have a paid for plan on there. So I have no idea why they wouldn't let us stream on that many.
They were trying to be too fancy. They were trying to, it's like, just keep it the way it is.
It's like, just fucking chill, streamer. Jesus Christ. Well, everyone needs to chill.
Everyone needs to chill. Stop doing stuff. You're doing too much.
Just trying too hard, man. They're calling it the Mars freaking aspect ratio. What are you talking about? What are you even to Mars? That doesn't even make sense. You should just go to Mars and never come back and just leave the app alone.
Yo.
Retards, I swear to God.
Yeah, man. If they want to save the earth and the land, and by depopulating, they got to start with themselves, man.
Amen to that.
And so much love. We're out of here. Chris, I love just talking.
I know.
We're able to just chop it up.
Same here, brother.
ciao for now, y'all. I'm gonna play a
Appreciate
little
you, man.
song, listen to it or not, and yeah. Anything else in your spirit, Chris? You guys feel the people need to know?
That's all I got for now. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Later, peace, love, man. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Came to stop, turn the light, take a breath. That's Christ. See the moon, feel the sun, taste the rain. Walk the earth, soar the sky. Yeah, smartest man in the room's not wise. Experience this space and time. Be the love that you feel when God is near. We conquer fear, even when I feel like giving up. Find the strength with His love, changing light. The autumn leaves, the breath in me is heaven.
I can't pass no judgment, everything is oneness, everything is everything inside of something. Call upon my angel, see a different angle. Consciousness entangled with the Christ the Savior. They rewrote the story, still in this true glory. Everything is Christ with love, we got the journey. No faith in a God who's spiteful, full of fury. Two-way love with no conditions, who the truth.
Came to stop, turn the light, take a breath. That's Christ. See the moon, feel the sun, taste the rain. Walk the earth, soar the sky. Yeah, butterflies in effect, every ripple, every step. Entangled this network of love, this frequency of one.